So in today's video, we are going to be discussing all things Wrexham AFC and why they are currently one of my 4 favourites to make it into the playoffs for this upcoming 2023-24 League 2 campaign. If you do go on to enjoy today's video, please make sure to drop a like on there for me. If you could try and hit 100 likes on today's video, that'd be massively appreciated. Subscribe if you're new as well. We are on the road to 8,000 subscribers, so please make sure you are subscribed if you haven't already with that post notification bell on. It's free to do so and it does massively help out. Drop a comment as well down in the comment section down below. Let me know where do you think Wrexham will finish at the end of this upcoming campaign. Now obviously there's a lot of media hype about Wrexham at this moment in time. They've got the backing from Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney, and it's looking very likely that they might end up achieving back-to-back promotions. Obviously, last season they won the National League title. They had an incredible campaign along with Notts County. Obviously, Paul Mullin scored 40-odd goals. I think he nearly got 50 goals in the end. He's currently out injured, though. He's going to miss the first couple of weeks of the season, which he sustained in a pre-season friendly against Manchester United. So there's a lot of uproar at the moment about the amount of media coverage that Wrexham are getting. You know, some people not very well, a lot of other fans of League 2 clubs are not very happy about it. You know, they're not getting the same attention that Wrexham are getting, but then from the Wrexham point of view, you've got to understand that it's what gets clicks really, and say Barrow had a random player get injured, it wouldn't be as interesting as Paul Mullin getting injured, if that makes sense. So I understand both sides of the argument, and today we're going to be discussing why I personally think they will make the playoffs. Obviously, we've already done videos about Stockport County, Notts County and Mansfield Town. My League 2 predictions will actually be coming out towards the end of August. There's so much content planned for August that the earliest I can get them out, I think, is the 23rd of August. As of right now is when they are penciling for, but it'll be recorded before the season does start, as always. Make sure to drop a like on there for me, subscribe if you're new as well, and let's get into it. Channel memberships are now cheaper than ever, with Tier 1 costing just 99p. Tier 2 has been reduced from $3.99 a month down to $1.99 a month, and Tier 3 has been reduced from $8.99 a month down to just $4.99 a month. Your support, as always, is massively appreciated, and the more members that we have, the better the content will be. Enjoy the rest of the video. If we start out then with last season's title success, Wrexham finished in the National League table as champions. They finished first in the table. After 46 matches, they accumulated 34 wins, 9 draws and only 3 defeats, scoring 116 goals, conceding at 43, which left them on a positive 73 goal difference and 111 points. An absolutely incredible campaign from Phil Parkinson's side, and I'm sure they'll be looking to go one better once more this season. Ollie Palmer has openly come out and said they're definitely getting promoted this season. He doesn't see a reason why they can't go on and win the league, so they're very confident at Wrexham. They're almost dismissing, really, but we've all know the last team that tried to just dismiss League 2 was Crawley Town, and look at the state that their club's in at the moment. But I would say Wrexham are being run considerably better than Crawley Town. If you have a look then at how the Wrexham squad is currently lining up ahead of this 23-24 campaign. Now I know it's in a 4-2-3-1 graphic, and I know that Wrexham have naturally played a 3-5-2 for the majority of last season, and I'm not going to claim to be a Wrexham connoisseur. I might have got a few players wrong with their positions, but I've gone based off what Transfermarkt has them down as, and I don't really watch much Wrexham. I might have watched 3, 4, 5 games in my entire lifetime whenever they've been on the TV, but I can't say I've gone out of my way to watch Wrexham specifically. So if somebody is in the wrong position, I can only apologise. They've got a number of centre-backs at the football club as well, which is why there is 2 right-footed centre-backs on the left side, because the right side would just be far too long. And for the sake of balance, I have put them, Aaron Hayden and Jordan Tunnicliffe, on the left side, but I've specified that they are right-footed. And I know a lot of players are versatile, a lot of players can play in different positions and all that sort of stuff, but it's looking very tasty. You know, you look at the quality in their side, I mean, they wouldn't look out of place in League 1, would that squad? I mean, their starting 11, would I dare to say, would be bottom end championship. Like, it's a very, very good team. Obviously, they've got the big budget and all that sort of stuff. There wasn't any financial fair play in the National League. They've now got to deal with that in League 2, but with the amount of sponsorship money they're probably getting in, it's probably not really going to affect them all too much, to be honest with you. In terms of their transfer business, they've not really done much so far this season. Just the one signing coming in, and it's a very good signing, to be honest with you. William Boyle has come in from Huddersfield Town for an undisclosed fee on a 3-year contract. Absolutely incredible signing, in my opinion. opinion. I thought he was left-footed. According to SofaScore, he's right-footed, so I might have got that one wrong. I'm not really too sure, but he was absolutely incredible for Cheltenham Town over his stint there. He was a big part of why they ended up winning the title from League 2. Did very well for them in League 1. Got his move up to the Championship with Huddersfield, where it didn't really work out. Just the 16 appearances for him last season and only 8 starts. Got 1 assist, kept 1 clean sheet, averaging 0.5 interceptions per game, 0.6 tackles per game, and 2.8 clearances per game, which isn't the greatest, but from his time at Cheltenham Town, he's an absolutely incredible centre-half. And if you think Wrexham could line up next season with a back three of Owen O'Connell, Ben Tozer, and Will Boyle, that is absolutely incredible. You know, that's genuinely, well, that would be one of the best defences in League 1. Their quality in their squad is absolutely outstanding, and it doesn't really take an idiot to know that. Now, Phil Parkinson, for me, I'm not really overly convinced on Phil Parkinson as a manager. Now, don't get me wrong, he did absolutely an incredible job at my team, Bradford City. You know, we got to the Carabao Cup final, or whatever it was called, Carling Cup final at the time. We beat Chelsea. In the FA Cup, we beat Arsenal, Aston Villa. Like, we did an incredible job under Phil Parkinson, but since he's left Bradford, I mean, he was under tricky circumstances at Bolton Wanderers, then he went to Sunderland where he massively failed. Wrexham, it was a pretty easy task to get them promoted in the end, because I mean, the majority of the fans could have got that Wrexham team promoted with how good that it was. This season, I think it'll be a bit more competitive for them. Last season, it was only really Notts County that pushed Wrexham. This season, you're going to have some really big clubs up there like Stockport, Notts County, Mansfield, Gillingham, MK Dons, Bradford, Doncaster, Tranmere, Swindon. The list could go on, Grimsby, with the amount of teams that want to try and get out of this league this season. But because of how good Wrexham's team is, I think they'll breeze past a lot of them, in my opinion. Do I think they'll have enough to get into that top 3? As of right now, no, because we saw last season with Stockport, it takes a good 5 or 10 games to really settle into League 2. Wrexham could get off to a flyer, but it is a big loss not having Paul Mullin for them opening few weeks of the season, and I do think it will take them a number of game weeks to really bed into life at League 2 level. You saw last season, they were so used to winning that if they lose their first game and then draw their next one, their mentality might change a little bit, and they might be a little bit nervous for their next couple of matches. But I think once they start winning, like last season, they'll be a real force to be reckoned with, and I think it'll be really hard to stop Wrexham, in my opinion, because their squad is just absolutely incredible. Now, I have already bigged up this Wrexham squad quite a lot so far in this video, but now we're going to move on to 5 key players who I think will be most important for Wrexham in this upcoming 23-24 campaign. In at number 5, this one might be a little bit of a rogue shout, but I've gone with Jacob Mendy. I've been really impressed with what I've seen from Mendy in the few matches that I've seen from Wrexham, and I think on that left-hand side, he's absolutely incredible. Pace, brilliant dribbler with the ball, very good at crossing into the box as well, scores goals from that left-hand side, and I think he doesn't need to be as good defensively because they've got such a strong back 3 behind him. They've got numerous good goalkeepers as well. In my opinion, I think Mendy is going to be their 5th most important player for this upcoming campaign. In at number 4, I've gone with new signing Will Boyle. Now, I could have gone with Owen O'Connell. I think them two are going to be both equally as important as one another. I think with Ben Tozer's long throws, they're going to get on the end of plenty of long throws, corners, free kicks. You know, they're very good from set pieces at Wrexham. Will Boyle was very good for Cheltenham from that point of view as well, and I think he's a brilliant defender. At just 27 years of age, I think he's going to be very important for them in this upcoming campaign. In at number 3, I've gone with Elliot Lee. Did that rhyme? Last season scored 15 goals in 39 starts. Brilliant footballer, in my opinion. While he didn't really work out for him at Charlton Athletic, since he's gone to Wrexham, he's become a fan favourite there. I think he's done a very good job. Not even 30 yet, so still plenty of time for him to develop and grow into his prime. Creates chances, scores goals, and I think he's going to be very important for them in this upcoming campaign. In at number 2, I have gone with Ben Tozer. Am I right in saying he is their captain? Last season made 53 appearances for Wrexham, scored 4 goals as well, featured in 96.4% of their matches. Absolutely outstanding defender, did brilliant at Cheltenham. It was a massive shock when we all saw him go to Wrexham. He was one of the first players to go to Wrexham, and he's really proved everyone right why he is such a good defender. He's going to be one of the best centre-halves in the league this season. I really do rate him that high, and I think he is going to be their 2nd most important player in this upcoming campaign. And at number 1, I have obviously got the main man at Paul Mullin. 47 goals last season in 52 starts. Absolutely incredible footballer. Did it unreal at Cambridge as well a couple seasons ago before he's moved to Cambridge United, before he's moved to Wrexham from Cambridge United, sorry. He also featured in 96.4% of their matches. when he's fit, if they can get him firing again, I think he easily gets 25, 30 goals potentially next season. There's going to be a lot of competition for that golden boot. I'm sure Paul Mullin will be wanting to get his hands on that once more. Obviously didn't get it last season, lost out in the end to Macaulay Langstaff, but this season he'll be looking to go one better and try and get his hands on that golden boot. He's even given everyone else a little bit of a head start as well, with him being out injured for the first couple of weeks. Now we're going to get into the potential lineup Wrexham could be lining up with if everybody is to be fit. Like I mentioned at the start of today's video, it looks very likely Wrexham will be playing a 3-5-2 once more, and here is how they could potentially line up in that formation with so many quality players. This was one of the hardest ones I've had to do so far. In goal, I've gone with Ben Foster, obviously Premier League quality in recent years as well. Did brilliant for them last season, got them over the line in the end, absolutely outstanding goalkeeper. The back three, which I've banged on about so far in today's video: Owen O'Connell, Ben Tozer, William Boyle. I mean, that is genuinely, I think they concede maybe 30 goals next season with that back three. That is absolutely incredible in my opinion. The two wing backs then, Bryce Hazard, who didn't really feature all too much last season, had a loan spell with my team Bradford City previously in League 2, and I think he did really well, to be honest with you, before he got a long-term hamstring injury, and I think he's going to get more of a chance this season. I think he was injured, had some injury problems last year. I think if he gets that chance, he'll keep himself in that side. He's their only natural right wing back at the club. I know they like to play sometimes wingers there. Anthony Ford might have had some appearances there, but for me personally, I think Hosanna needs to start there naturally because he's a bit better defensively, in my opinion. And on the left-hand side, obviously, Jacob Mendy. There was a few options, to be fair. Callum McFadden, I think they've also got Liam McAlinden's played there a couple of times, but like what I mentioned earlier, Jacob Mendy is a fantastic player, and I think he's going to be very key for them this season. Into the two central midfielders then. This one was very hard because I don't really know too much about Wrexham's central midfielders. They've got a lot of options: Andy Cannon, Thomas O'Connor, Jordan Davies, Luke Young, and James Jones. I've just gone with the two that featured the most last season, and to be honest with you, I don't really think you can really change a midfield that's been so key for them last season. James Jones made 39 starts and 13 appearances off the bench, and Luke Young made 41 starts and 4 appearances off the bench as well. So that's the reason why I've gone with them two in the midfield, but obviously it depends on who your opposition is and it can change and all that sort of stuff. In the 10 role, I've gone with Elliot Lee, outstanding footballer. He has the potential to be one of the players of the year, in my opinion. He can easily get into double figures for both goals and assists, potentially could break that 20 goal mark this season if he really knuckles down and really starts converting more of his chances. And obviously the two strikers being Ollie Palmer and Paul Mullin. I don't really like Ollie Palmer. I think he's a bit of a prick, to be honest with you, but he's obviously going to score plenty of goals for Wrexham this season. And obviously Paul Mullin, what needs to be said about Paul Mullin, one of the best strikers in the whole division, and he has to be partnered with Ollie Palmer. I think Palmer last season scored 17 goals. Not a bad return, to be fair, from 52 appearances. Sam Dolby got 8 goals in 16 starts as well, and they've got plenty of other options up there as well. Billy Waters not even included in this squad. Sam Dalby finds himself on the bench. You've also got Liam McAlinden not in the squad, and a couple of youngsters in there as well. But there is a potential starting lineup. Let me know down in the comment section down below whether you agree with that or not. I'm going to leave it there though for today's video. If you have enjoyed, please make sure to drop a like on there for me. If you could try and hit 100 likes, as I said at the start of today's video, that'd be massively appreciated. Subscribe if you're new as well. We are on the road to 8,000 subscribers, so please make sure you are subscribed if you haven't already, with that post notification bell on. It's free to do so, and it does massively help out. Drop a comment in as well down in the comment section down below. Let me know whether you think Wrexham will finish at the end of this upcoming 2023-24 campaign. Thank you very much for watching today's video. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you all tomorrow for a double upload. Peace.